Hey Jaime, yes, I'm here.
Sweet, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Dope. I think I fixed the whole presentation issue, so we should be able to see the entire screen now.
Okay, perfect.
How you doing, Jerome?
Hey, nice.
Hey, I just came from, I don't know if everybody is familiar with Express offers, that EXP offers, but we just had the social media class, and they had this, like a platform that they used to be able to connect, like 3 of your social media networks, like Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, together to where you can kind of have your posts kind of scripted out and have it like automated. And there was a program called Buffer.
Yeah, what's the name of it? Okay, Buffer. Yeah, we know about Buffer.
Okay.
Did you like the fact that you could schedule it out, or what appealed to you on that?
Well, yeah, I mean, anything that's more automated, I mean, you can have it, to where you don't have to come back, and it saves you time. It helps, but then I'm sure that you post your own, ones that's probably not scheduled, that's right, spur of the moment or whatever. Like I post videos like open houses and stuff.
Yeah. No, what you want to split test in your market is with platforms like that, the third parties, they sometimes don't get as much reach because the platforms know that you're not there organically.
Okay, that's good to know.
So that's why you see a lot of the platforms adopt like a scheduling capability. So if you schedule it within the platform itself, it's no beef because you did that. But just be cognizant of, so you pretty obviously the platforms know, because right below it says posted by Buffer, posted by Social Share, posted by X, Y, and Z. So just be cognizant of that.
Okay.
It's beneficial, no question about it. But when it comes to reach, just be careful.
Got you.
Absolutely. And we got about 1 minute. We talk about that pretty often. In my experience, like what Jaime is saying, when you go and you utilize those tools for your platforms, they tend to, like he said, they tend to minimize your reach. And I heard it best from one of a mentor of mine like several years ago. And it's like, why would we keep giving you a benefit to use our platform if you're not using our tools? So a lot of the platforms have embedded schedulers and these things within them already, and they want you to use that. So it makes sense on why they might minimize your message, minimize your video, your content, etc. That being said, it is officially 2 o'clock Eastern time, and I would like to welcome everybody to our social media mastermind. We have this class every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Let me see. I believe I am here with my lovely co-host Beth Ellen. Beth Ellen, are you there? She is not there. Okay, so Beth Ellen's not here. Usually we co-host this class together. I am the lead, and I believe this is the 4th week, and the 4th week we like to do YouTube. So we're going to talk about how you can use YouTube in your business. Jaime, we did the basics of YouTube in the initial class, right?
We
Okay.
did. This is a continuation, so you're in for a treat, everybody.
Yeah, so this is going to be a continuation of YouTube for your business. Jaime is going to put on a great show for us. He does a lot of great content. He has his own YouTube channel. He has several YouTube channels, and I'm trying to get like him, and I'm trying to reach my hundreds of videos that he's done. He's done so many videos. He's got a ton of views, and Jaime, you just reached about a million. You hit 1 million views, right? Just recently.
I hit 1 million views, 20,000 subs.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm excited that Jaime is here. Jaime, the floor is yours.
Hey, I appreciate that. And thanks so much, Nate. It's very much appreciated. So if you're clicking on this, how do I like the screen again? Jerome?
Yeah, so there is a once you're in there, like the menu icon, click on that and just take ownership. And for anybody that's in class, please don't click on the screen. Let's try to give our presenter a welcome experience so he can provide you with as much value as possible. I mean, you should be able to take ownership of that screen and he should not
There
be able
we
to
go.
interfere.
There we go. Awesome. All right. So sorry, it's the last time we had, since it was a Google slide, we had a little bit of an issue of formatting. So now I went to the Tech Outpost and we should be good to go. So as Jerome was mentioning last month, so we do the YouTube portion the fourth Thursday of every month. And last month we covered the fundamentals of YouTube. Now, if you were there, awesome, congrats. And let me know if was anybody there last month, and just kind of so we can get a sense of if you saw that presentation. But if you weren't there, no big deal. It's something that we'll be addressing a few fundamental topics here, but this is, as the name suggests, YouTube 2.0. So this is a type of information that is not out there on the streets, that's readily being shared by the quote unquote gurus. So this is the second part of a three-part series. So we are building on the information that we've shared. And again, we're going to cover some fundamental aspects, but here this is designed to be a little bit more advanced. So I always understand that we're not always in the same, not always, we're never on the same wavelengths because everyone is focused on different marketing strategies. So at any point, please drop in the chat any questions that come up. So I would much rather you drop it in the chat as opposed to forgetting it. So we're going to get going. So YouTube 2.0, we're looking at growing our YouTube channel, and that's really the primary part of this presentation. So our goals for 2.0 is getting more subs and more views, and we'll contextualize that, what that even means for us, scaling the business, and then fully leveraging YouTube. So you're going to see different ways to leverage YouTube. I must not have locked it. I went to the bottom right. Let me try one more time. Take ownership. House control. Okay, cool. So are you able to see the screen where it says 2.0?
We see your screen, Jaime. If nobody can see the screen, what you need to do is refresh. If you are having an issue, you're going to have to leave the room and come back to the room. So, Jaime, you're all good. You're good to go.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So number one, optimizing your channel. And I'm going to provide an overview of what that even means. And I know that this is hard to read, but bear with me. I'm going to do my best to walk us through it. So whenever I say optimizing your channel, I mean just putting basic information on what your channel is about. So at the banner where you see the Jaime Resendez, that's my signature. It's no longer there. It's this was a placeholder. It looks completely different than this, but the channel banner, that's the first place that you're gonna start updating that. So channel banner, very similar to your Facebook profiles. You know, you have that large image that you can include as the, I think on Facebook it's called it's not called a banner, it's
Cover
called a
photo.
cover. There you go. So you're going to want to inform people what the channel is about. If you have a regular posting schedule, if you're going to post your videos on Mondays, let people know. If you're posting information, if you're uploading information that is beneficial to investors only, let people know. If you're posting information about that's going to help buyers or sellers, what have you, let people know. So the general rule is who you are, what you do, and where you do it. So Jaime Resendez, real estate agent, Dallas, Fort Worth. Who you are, what you do, and where you do it. As long as you cover that information on your banner, you're going to be ahead of the game. So that's just one aspect of optimizing your channel. I'll cover another one very briefly. You don't see it very clearly here, but right smack in the middle of the image, you're going to see about. And on that about is an opportunity for you to share more about who you are, what you do, and where you do it in the description. So giving people an opportunity to contact you. So that's something else that you absolutely want to fill out. Most creators, aka us as real estate agents, when we go and create our YouTube channel, we don't include a banner. We don't put anything on the about. We think that a listing video just that has some elevator music on the background with a few images here and there, we think that that's going to be good for YouTube. Well, it's not. And we'll talk about some strategies on how to actually get views, engagement, all that fun stuff. But just to understand that from the very fundamental YouTube strategy, you have to optimize your channel. Spruce it up. You're competing against some high-level individuals at this point in the YouTube world, where a lot of creators that are realtors are operating at a very high level, and you certainly want to at least be on par aesthetically. Making sense? Let me know in the chat if this is making sense. And one other thing, again, we can stay on this for 20 minutes, but we won't. Another thing that you absolutely do not want to, Denise, yes, awesome, I love it. Something else that you absolutely do not want to miss is at the very bottom, you see what says links. You probably can't read it, but it says links at the very bottom left. And then on the top right, you see kind of Facebook blue, and then you see some additional little circles on the top right. Well, those are interconnected. Those are the links. You get 5 hyperlinks to include on your YouTube channel. So this means that if you wanted to connect your Facebook, if you wanted to connect your Instagram, if you wanted to connect your TikTok, if you wanted to connect another YouTube channel or your website, you have that ability. So you get up to 5 hyperlinks on your YouTube channel. So the screen that we're looking at right now is if you were to type in Jerome's name or my name onto YouTube, you would find our YouTube channels, and you're going to see a banner, you're going to see our name, you're going to see some videos, playlists, and then you're going to see those links. So you get an opportunity to direct traffic to where you want it. So those are the 3 things I absolutely implore you to take care of. Even as we're talking right now, that would be very good use of your time. So it's not a just sit and absorb. Let's sit and act. So those are the 3 things that I absolutely would implore you to do to optimize your channel. Since we don't have too much time and there's a good amount of information that we need to get through, I'm going to go and leave this here. If there's any questions, make sure that you drop them in the chat. But this is the first place that you're going to want to start in optimizing your channel. Now, in line with our goal today, we're looking for more viewers and looking for more subscribers. But more importantly, we'd much rather get more viewers than subscribers, because subscribers doesn't really mean too much. We could have 1 million subscribers, but if only 12 people watch our content, it's pointless. So what we're seeking is additional views. We're seeking exposure. We're seeking somebody else viewing our content, because that means that people will call us to help them buy a house, call us to help them sell a house. So all of that comes from understanding your content. What's going to drive your views is understanding your audience from a fundamental level. So I put these into buckets. I put these into essentially 4 pillars. If you can visualize this with me for a second. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see a proven audience, analytical audience, trending audience, and intuition audience. So this is the viewers, and I'll explain what each one of these means. These are the types of audiences that you're speaking to. So as you're starting to formulate your content strategy is a fancy word for saying, what video do I record? Basically, that's what's happening. So as you're starting to, as soon as you get in front of the camera, what video should I make? Should I talk about home buying, home selling, about a inspection report, about probate? What is probate? All this stuff. These 4 pillars, these 4 buckets are designed to help you address that. So proven audience, as you're thinking up content to create. So proven audience is going to your competitors' YouTube channels. So going to Jerome's channel, my channel, some of the larger creators out there. So my business partner, Javier Vidania, he just hit 100,000 subs. In going to creators like that. So going to creators like that, can you share your link? Yeah, absolutely. After we're through here, I'll gladly share that. When you're going to your competitors' channels and going to their video section, so I'll back up just one slide to try to visualize it, going to their video section and then ranking it based off of which videos have gotten the most views. So by you going to a competitor's channel, let's just say you're going to Rome's channel, and then what you do is go to the video section and rank it based off of the most views. Well, that's a proven audience. The reason it's a proven audience is because somebody already created that type of video that you were thinking about. But beyond that, that creator proved the audience for you simply because it's so viewed. There's some videos out there that are getting millions and millions of views that are in our real estate niche. So there's clearly an audience, and that's how you find proven audience. So if you're looking for content ideas, what to record, going to your competitors and finding proven audiences is a great place to start. Your analytical audience, there's a lot of tools out there that'll help you identify, are people searching for this? Are people typing this into Google, into YouTube? So just to give you some ideas of where to go to, which tools can give you that information, you can use an extension that connects directly to your YouTube channel. I prefer TubeBuddy, so TUBE and then BUDDY. So TubeBuddy is a tool that gives you an idea of, thank you, Jerome, gives you an idea of how much, what keywords are being searched, how they're being typed, and all of that fun stuff. So another tool that you can use to use as an analytical tool is Keywords Everywhere. Keywords Everywhere gives you the volume of searches for a particular search. So in this example, let's just say you wanted to see the differences between how to buy a house versus how to buy a home, which is being used most frequently. So you can type that in, how to buy a house, and then get the feedback, see how many times it's being searched, and then you can also type in how to buy a home. So you see the differences between those that use house and those that use home. So that's the analytical audience. This gives you an idea of, is there even an interest based off of what's being searched? Trending audience, this is current events. This is current event. So an example of a current event was when the prices of lumber was skyrocketing. That's a current event. That's a trending audience. Another trending audience would be new construction homes going under contract 1 month, and then 3 months later, they're getting canceled because the prices went up by the builders and they're trying to get somebody else to purchase that house at a higher cost. So that's a trending audience. That's a current event type of an audience. And then you have your intuition audience, just an audience that you feel will, just a type of content that you feel is gonna hit. Simply because there's a proven audience, or simply because there's an analytical audience or a trending audience is out. Let me rephrase that. These three, those will take you plenty far. But really where you start getting your growth is by creating something new. It's that intuition audience where you feel that a certain topic hasn't been addressed by any creators out there. Nobody's really talking about it because it's not trending news. And there's really no analytical evidence that you can point to that somebody wants to learn what the probate process is, as an example. So that would be more of an intuition audience. This is a novel type of content that you bring into the space. So you can start creating your own voice, your own type of content. That's where you see channels absolutely blow up because they provide something new to the YouTube environment that wasn't there before. Does this make sense? Again, we're talking about understanding your content, and it starts with understanding your audience. You're not going to watch your own content. I mean, you could, but it's much better if home buyers and home sellers watch it. So this is, for all intents and purposes, these are the 4 types of audiences that you're speaking to. So as long as you can identify which of these audiences you're serving at any point in time, you're going to be well on your way. And you don't have to stick to just one, but this starts from the understanding of your content. I see a lot of yeses, so I appreciate you. All right, so we talked about getting more views. Now let's talk about getting more subscribers, and we'll circle back on getting more views. We'll get very tactical here in a little bit. Again, this is more of a 2.0 session, so if you're feeling lost, it's okay. We're gonna hit some more fundamentals before we hit our Q&A. Just hang in there with me for a bit. Getting more subscribers. I need to pause here for a second. Subscribers does not necessarily equate success. Subscribers, in fact, as mentioned earlier, if you have 1 million subscribers and 12 people are watching, doesn't really mean much. It's a vanity number. What you're seeking is engagement. What you're seeking is views. What you're seeking is exposure. You're not seeking subscribers. It's not gonna, subscribers in and of itself, it's not going to pay the bills. So from that understanding, there are reasons why you do want to increase your subscribers, and some of those include, as soon as somebody subscribes, the likelihood of your content showing up to them again will happen. Uh-oh, are we having the screen issue again? I see, did the screen go blank, or is it just me? Can you type in the chat if you can see the screen? It should
Yeah,
say
Jaime,
getting
we're
more
good.
subscribers.
If we have an issue, I'll let you know. So sometimes people have individual issues that they have to address themselves.
I
You
love it.
are fine. Keep going.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Jerome.
Yep.
As we're getting more well, let me rephrase that. When we're talking about subscribers, the reason that they're important, getting subscribers, is because there's a higher likelihood that your content is going to show up in people's feed, in people's home screens, and just regular life. So that's the benefit of subscribers. You're not guaranteeing that by me subscribing to your channel, I'm going to see every single video that you post and that I'm going to get notified about that. There's no guarantee. In fact, that's an impossibility. Very same thing like your Facebook newsfeed and your Facebook business page. Simply because they liked your Facebook business page does not mean they're going to see all the houses that you listed, all the houses that you sold, all of the posts that you're making. We understand that that's not a thing. Think of it in the exact same way with subscribers. But with that being said, we absolutely want to grow the channel with views and also subscribers, because again, it gives us the opportunity of being shown to individuals more and more. So with that being said, here's how you get more subscribers. Number one, you ask for it. When you're in your YouTube element, when you're in your video, somewhere along the video, I highly suggest towards the end, ask for that subscribe. Now, you're not going to come across as a overly eager salesperson, but just remind people that the subscribe button happens to be down there, and it would be very beneficial if they could smash that like button. Right? So number one, asking for the subscription and the video itself. Number two, providing this from where it says that question, where it has that question mark and then sub_confirmation equals 1, that little code right there. So again, where it starts from that question mark and then sub_confirmation equals 1, that little code right there. If you put that code behind your channel name, when people click on that hyperlink, they're going to be automatically prompted to subscribe. So again, I'll just repeat this one more time. This is more of a visual thing, but when you go to your YouTube channel, so you're going to go to your homepage on your YouTube channel, you're going to see that URL in the URL banner. All you have to do is add that question mark and then sub_confirmation equals 1 to the end of that URL, and then combine the entire URL, essentially as you're creating a new URL. When you share your YouTube channel link moving forward, use that master URL. That's going to prompt people to automatically subscribe. It's almost like a pop-up. It's going to say, do you want to subscribe? Yes or no. That's how you start getting more subscribers. Now, a lot of people still aren't using that. So just make sure that if you need to write this down, take a screenshot. Can you show us an example? Absolutely, it's on the screen right now. So if you see youtube.com/Jaime Resendez and then that little question mark where it starts, that's the exact URL that I use. So yours is obviously not going to say Jaime Resendez. Yours is going to have a few numbers and a few digits, but that encode is still the same thing. The question mark sub underscore confirmation equals 1, and you're on your way. So let me know if that's making sense. Client channel hacking. I love it. I love it. Client channel hacking. So this is going to the people that are this is a little bit harder for real estate, but it's absolutely possible. Client channel hacking. Client channel hacking is going to your clients, whether they have businesses, whether they are creators, whether they're putting out content for whatever it happens to be, if they're attorneys, if they have bakeries, if they have coffee shops, if they have whatever. What client channel hacking means is going to their channel and commenting. When you start posting YouTube videos, it's going to feel like the most isolating thing in the world because people are not going to be commenting initially on your YouTube channel. So those comments are so much more valuable on YouTube than they are on any other platform on the face of this planet. So when you go to your clients' YouTube channels and start commenting authentically, they're going to click on your comment and going to go back to your YouTube channel. So I won't spend too much time here because this is really this is not as scalable. This is going that 1% more. Now, can you give me your opinion? When you start, let me know. So who here has a YouTube channel? So yes, I have a YouTube channel, and no, I do not have a YouTube channel. See a lot of yeses. I love it. I love it. So here's the thing. To grow your YouTube channel, the fastest that it's going to grow is at the beginning and once you have momentum. So at the beginning, it's very simple to get to 100 subscribers instantly. There's no reason why those that you have commented yes, there's no reason why you can't get to 100 subscribers by the end of the week. And how you do that is by sharing your channel. Again, make sure that you have that auto subscribe link that we've talked about. Sharing your channel to your community, to your friends, to your past clients, to your leads, to everybody. And if you share your channel with, can you give me your opinion on X, Y, and Z? So you share your channel. Hey, can you give me your opinion on my YouTube channel? I'm really trying to improve it. If you share exactly as is written, and then add a little bit more, but if you share what's written and also share your YouTube link, you're going to be surprised how many people auto subscribe. One, because you already have that auto subscribe, but also people want to give their opinion. So they're going to watch one of your videos. Oh, your lighting sucked. Oh, your audio was a little bit echoey. Oh, I didn't follow what you're trying to say here. So here you're asking for opinion. Here you're asking for people to engage. So this is a very low-hanging fruit that you can do to grow your views and subscribers. And then 5, collaborate. Collaborate means, hey, Jerome, I have a really cool idea. I think that you and I should do a video together. In fact, we've actually talked about doing a video together. I don't know why it hasn't happened, but the collaborating is another way to hack somebody else's audience so they are now introduced to you. So that's how you start growing. Does it matter what name you give your YouTube channel for optimization? Not as much anymore. What a lot of YouTube channels right now that are specific to real estate that aren't necessarily too focused on branding their name, what you're going to see is moving to Dallas, Texas. That's a YouTube channel name right there. What I suggest is putting your name and then an element of what you do and where you practice. So Jaime, your Dallas realtor, something like that. All right. So yes, that's a great question. Your YouTube channel name is not going to matter as much anymore for optimization purposes. It does help, but it's not as pivotal. Getting more views. We're going to go a little bit faster because on the subscribe, I spend more time than I would care for. Ranking your videos. We already talked about TubeBuddy. Its counterpart is vidIQ. You can use either one. If you're asking for my opinion, which one works better, I would go with TubeBuddy. And it's not just because I have a partnership with them, but it's really what I believe. So when I say ranking your videos, I mean when somebody goes to best places to live in Dallas, as an example, it's to your benefit that your video shows up first. That's common knowledge. So what you should be aiming for is for your videos to be found, especially starting out, because people don't know that Jaime Resendez is a creator. People don't know that I'm a realtor. People don't know that X, Y, and Z. They are more looking for the information. They're not looking for me as the personality. They're looking for a solution to their problem. In this case, it has to do with the best places to live in Dallas. That's what I want solved. The first video that shows up, I'm going to take it at YouTube's word that this is the best one, or else it wouldn't be number one. So when you're ranking videos, you can use these two extensions to help you do that. I'm not going to go too much into depth there because that would be an entire session, and I actually cover it on the third YouTube presentation and go in depth on how to do that. So getting more views, share it with your database. We all have an email database, or at least we all should. So you can very easily embed videos on your KV core and send them out through the smart drips. Super easy to do. There's a video for that. So we've all heard, maybe not so much now, but we all heard the heyday of the apps was, the common saying was, there's an app for that. There's an app for that. Well, in your business, there should be a video for that. Meaning you should have a video on the home buying process. You should have a video on the home selling process. And the reason you want that is to help you in your workflow, because we've all done it. We've all done buyer consultations, and we get to the car and we get a call immediately saying, hey, what happens after the option period? Tell me if I'm wrong. So we've all seen that. So when we're talking about there's a video for that, you're optimizing your workflow, you're maximizing your time. So questions that you get all of the time, make sure that you have a video for that. So when you explain it once, you don't want to explain it again. You can reinforce it with the video. So the home buying process, the home selling process, difference between earnest money and option money. Questions like that, you should always have a video for that. Always. Link playlist. So linking playlist is just going to get very molecular, but we're going to go for it anyway. When you're linking playlists, you have the ability of linking other videos and linking your YouTube channel on the videos themselves when you upload them. One of the best ways to get more views is to actually link playlists as opposed to linking individual videos. The reason being is because there's a setting that most people that are on YouTube never flip off, and that's the autoplay on playlists. So whenever you create your YouTube account, there's a setting that says, hey, don't autoplay any videos that are on playlist. Nobody goes and turns that off. So instead of you sharing the or linking a video, you link a playlist, and you're going to get that Netflix effect where that next video is going to show up. That next video is going to show up. That next video is going to show up. So that's a little hack right there that one thing alone is going to increase your watch, well, not necessarily your watch time, but your amount of views in a heartbeat. In screens and cards, not going to get too much into that. Just understand link playlist into the in screens and cards. Creating series. So creating series is a great way to start. So I saw a few no's in there. Creating series is a great way to start your YouTube channel because you get to if somebody finds your, let's just say you made a series on property taxes, contesting your property taxes. You have part 1, part 2, part 3. Let's just say somebody stumbles upon part 3 and they watch that video and they see, well, you know what, Jaime, his voice is a little bit annoying, but you know what, he's got some good content. What are they going to do? If they caught your third part, well, they're going to go to part 1 because I still need to contest my property taxes, but I just have no idea how he got this memo. I have no idea how he got his comps. I have no idea where to go to do X, Y, and Z. Your voice is annoying. Oh, my dude, Jerome, you're my best friend. And that's appreciate that. So when it comes to creating series, break your content open. Instead of making one long video about it that very few people are going to get through, break it open into 3 parts as an example and get that rhythm going. Instead of 1 video, you're getting 3 videos. So avoid getting that burnout. Optimizing the video. So we talked about optimizing our video. So this is just what the back end is going to look like. So this is what's called a YouTube Studio. When you upload your video file, you're going to see a lot of buttons over here. That's a class in and of itself. You have the description, you have the title, and then you have a little bit of a preview. So let me check my time real quick to see how much. All right, I'm going to dedicate about 3 minutes on this. So hang in there with me. There are, sorry, lost the screen there. All right, so from left to right, the number 1 thing that you're going to want to get right is your thumbnail. Thumbnail is incredibly important. The thumbnail is basically the billboard to your video. You want to create engagement. You want people to click on it. You want to pique their curiosity. So, and that starts with the thumbnail. So most people are going to watch YouTube on their phone. So they're going to scroll. If that thumbnail catches their eye, guess what? They're going to pause for a second. So their eyes are going to go from the thumbnail straight to the title. So the thumbnail, if you want to think about it this way, the thumbnail is designed to elicit the stopping of the scroll. So you want them to stop, or at least pause, or at least slow down in their scrolling. The title of the video is designed to get the click. So a thumbnail is designed to pause the scrolling. The title is designed to get the click. So if I see this thumbnail and I see the image and I think, well, that looks kind of interesting. What's this about? I'm going to go to the title. And if the title is answering a question that I'm looking for an answer for, then I'm going to click on that video. So thumbnail absolutely has to be custom. So down here, you can kind of see 3 little frames. That is YouTube giving you the option of using the frames within the video itself. Don't ever use these. Create your own. If you don't have design skills like I do, go to Canva, canva.com, canva.com. It's free. You can go to Fiverr. They're going to charge about $5 per thumbnail, relatively inexpensive. Get somebody to create a custom thumbnail for you because it is that important. Do you recommend having your picture and thumbnail as big as a thumbnail like yours? Yes, even right now what's hot. So let me back up. So I mentioned and I think there was even a question about Javier and how he got so large. So he and I have been split testing the difference between having our face on the thumbnail versus having our face on the thumbnail covering a third of it, and then having our face on the thumbnail and covering just about half. So really honing in on our faces. So both his and our channels, we're getting a much more click-through rate through our faces. So like our faces being really up in center right now. That's the trend on YouTube at the moment. So just giving you kind of what we're seeing on the screen. And he and I have a program, but that's completely different than what we're talking about here. So he and I help agents. But when it comes to this standpoint, to answer your question directly, Right now, I absolutely do encourage you to put your picture on the thumbnail, and the closer that you can make it to the screen at this point in time, as of this, I was about to say, as of this recording, I'm so used to recording, but as of July 22nd, it's working for us, but split tested in your neck of the woods. So again, I just wanted to pause here. I went beyond the 3 minutes that I said I was going to dedicate to this. Thumbnail, incredibly important. Title, incredibly important. And then in the description, put some additional information about you. Put for a way to contact you. We talked about optimizing our YouTube channel, and that's awesome. However, what we need to realize is that maybe 30% of the people that find you on YouTube are going to ever go to your YouTube channel, your homepage. They're going to stay on your YouTube video, and they're going to click on the description. So you need to have a way for them to contact you there. Whether you have a landing page for them to click on it and they redeem a offer that you have for them, whether that's a list of homes under $500,000, hint, hint. So whatever it happens to be, give them an opportunity for them to contact you from the description. Don't create any friction by them having to click on your YouTube channel and try to find your information over there. Make it extremely easy for somebody to like you on the video, go down to the description, give you a call, send you an email, or connect with you in some way. So make sure that you do fill out the description. And then just some ninja hack here. Again, this is a 2.0. I know it seems like, well, Jaime, there's some fundamental elements that you missed. Yes, that's by design. Increasing your engagement. Answer questions with questions. As mentioned, YouTube is the most isolating platform on the face of this planet. It's going to be difficult to get comments, especially starting out. So when somebody does comment on one of your videos, thank them for sure. But as the comments come in, answer their questions with questions. So what that means is, hey, how do I buy a house? Answer their questions. Answer that question as directly as you can, but ask them a question. Give them a little bit overview on how to buy a house, and then ask them with the question: Are you planning to buy this year? So when somebody comments on your YouTube, again, somebody comments on your YouTube videos, keep that conversation going, because what YouTube is seeing is, whoa, there's the community being built over here. So let's serve this video out to some more people. So answer questions with questions. So always giving the other individual the opportunity to respond back so as to have a conversation. Make sure that you link up any landing pages in your description and in your comment section. We just talked about this, so I won't spend too much time on it. You have the ability of using hashtags. You have on YouTube now, so you can use up to 3 hashtags. So the easy way to include hashtags is in your description. So if you wanted to do Dallas Realtor, you could put hashtag Dallas Realtor in your description. And as hashtags become more adopted on YouTube, your videos are going to be kind of like think of it like a short list. Think of it like, kind of how you see it on Instagram. So you have that ability. Split test thumbnails. Have 2 thumbnails, split test them out. Now, TubeBuddy, if you go with their Cat Daddy version, you can do A/B testing and it'll do it for you. You can do it that way, but I don't suggest starting out with the Cat Daddy version, because there's a steep cost to that per month. I think it's about $60 per month. It just depends on how much you plan to use it, or you can manually split test your thumbnails. Know your analytics. Know your analytics. Analytics is incredibly important for the growth of your YouTube channel, and YouTube gives you so much information. So know your analytics. Make sure that you spend just as much time as creating. Let me rephrase that. Spend just as much time creating and also analyzing your analytics. What's that? Split test tool? Are you sharing anything? So yeah, it's TubeBuddy. So Jerome, if you look up if you look at Jerome's comment a little while ago, I'll post it right here. TubeBuddy. That's the tool that you can use for sure. But just remember, that's a paid TubeBuddy. The basic plan is free. I recommend everybody use TubeBuddy, the free version. But if you're taking YouTube serious and have the disposable capital and are going to use the additional features, TubeBuddy. What's the name of your training program for realtors? I don't want to do that to the audience or Jerome. I probably should not have mentioned it. Just check out the YouTube channel. I'm not here trying to sell anybody anything. So just go just connect with me offline or
Jaime,
whatever.
what we'll
I
do
don't want
is
to make it
let's get through the presentation, and then when they have questions and they want to know about the program, you can talk all about that. How's that?
awesome. So last, increase purchases and actually not last, second to last. Important, make an offer when you're making your YouTube videos. Yes, and provide as much valuable information as you can and want, but make sure that every other video you make an offer. I mentioned a list of homes under $500,000 in the previous slide. That's an offer. So invite people to go down to the description and check out your preferred list of homes under $500,000 in Dallas. That's an offer. So that's the offer that you're making on your YouTube video. Going to the lead capture, so it's going to just put whether that's a KV Core landing page. All you have KV Core, so actually stop on that example. Y'all should be leveraging KV Core to the nth degree because it's powerful. So putting it behind a little lead capture or landing page, or just asking people to email you. That's how you start increasing more and more people reaching out to you. And then make money while you're at it. This one is, again, this is a 2.0 type of a presentation, but understanding that there are other ways to monetize YouTube. The only conversation that we had today was about clients and customers. That's your goal with YouTube. If you get affiliate money, great. We could talk about that all day long, but clients and customers, that is your focus. You are helping buyers buy and helping sellers sell. That's what your focus is. So that's who you're speaking to. There are affiliate income opportunities. We're not going to get into an affiliate marketing class, but YouTube gives you a phenomenal additional revenue stream if you are able to partner with the right companies and offer some affiliate in your offered affiliate income. Sponsors, once you get to a certain level of views, if you will, or subscribers or reach, companies will seek you out to make a personal video for them. So it's basically make a commercial for them. YouTube AdSense, once you get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, you have the ability of turning on YouTube AdSense, which means at the beginning of the videos or in the middle of the videos, at the end of the videos, companies have the ability of running ads on your channel, on your videos. So YouTube will pay you directly for that. Again, almost like a commercial. And then you can also sell some side products or services if you so choose. Alrighty, Jerome, that's what we had today. I know we went super fast. 2.0 is not a very simple strategy. This kind of introduces a lot of different elements. So I'm ready for it.
Yeah, no, I think you did fine. I appreciate you coming, and I'm looking forward. This is a 3 series class, right?
It is. It is.
Okay.
Next month it gets even denser. So
Okay, I'm looking
appreciate everyone
forward to
being
that.
there.
And I'm going to field and start the questions. I'm going to start myself, and then I'm going to open up to anybody else because I think there are very similar questions. So first, I'm going to take care of a question that I have that I always wanted to ask you. Your thumbnail process. How is that? So let me explain. So I understand how you make the thumbnails, right? But your pictures, one thing that has deterred me from making the thumbnails and putting my face on those pictures is the
Yeah.
fact that you need a picture every time. So
Yeah.
could you talk about your process? Do you just have like a bunch of pictures taken and do you use the same
Yeah.
picture over and over? Could you talk about that process a little bit?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. So there's several, I'll give you several strategies. One is the one that I'm using. I would just dedicate a 20 minutes and have my wardrobe ready. And I'll just set up the camera. And then since it connects to my phone, I just snap. I don't need somebody else to take pictures of me, but I just take images of myself and I go through all of the expressions known to man: happy, sad, angry, frustrated, through all the emotions, because that's what I know I'm going to use those emotions on my thumbnails. So I have a list. I believe it's 12 emotions. It's either 10 or 12 emotions that I go through. So I take snapshots of those 12 emotions. I change and I get into another suit, and I take another 12 again through the same emotions. I change again, same thing. So I'll typically go through 4 or 5 wardrobe changes. I get all of those, the best images of each, and then I send them over to my thumbnail guy on Fiverr, and he removes the background for me because I've used him for 600 thumbnails at this point.
Okay.
That's how I do. Does that help, Jerome?
Yeah, that is very helpful because I am I would consider that same similar to how I do my video content is I'll make a bunch of stuff at once, which is batching, and I just was trying to figure that out. And I do my thumbnails, but I don't put my face on it because I don't feel like, I never thought about those pictures and those expressions
Yeah.
and just figuring that whole process out. I didn't want to think about it. So that was definitely very helpful. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um,
Another way to do it, Jerome, if you're not in the batching, I know you are, but for the folks here, if you're not into the batching mode, meaning making multiple videos at once, before you start the video, make a note, freeze. So look straight into the camera. So hit record and just look straight in the camera and just freeze there for a second. Whatever emotion, whether it's going to be whether it's an angry, whether it's going to be a pretty heated video, then make that face. But so just freeze in front of the camera for 12 for 2 seconds, and then start making your video. Because then now, once you've recorded your full video, you can come and just take a screen capture of your face, and that's what you use for your image. That's another strategy.
Thank you. So this is a combination of the question. So one, people have asked, what is your partner's name? So you mentioned Javier. They want to know his name.
Yeah. Javier Vidania.
Okay.
So Javier Vidania just hit 100,000 subs. Um,
Okay,
that
perfect. And you and Javier, you have a program where you teach and you help agents around just I know you do like around real estate in general. Could you
Yeah.
talk about that program? Feel free to give all the details that you can about that program for anybody that's interested.
Well, I appreciate that. I
Yep.
that well. So when it comes to the program, is called YouTubeAgentMastery.com. So if you just type in www.YouTubeAgentMastery, that will that program is a group coaching program that he and I, every 2 weeks, we do an hour and a half session the with agents. It's only for agents, where we talk about what's working in the space. This past session, which was on Wednesday, we do it the second and fourth Wednesday of every month. It's group coaching where we talk about what's working in YouTube. Just yesterday we talked about audience retention. So we opened up our analytics and showed people where their drop-offs were. Just a lot of the students that we had there were still doing the outdated intros, meaning having a 12-second commercial of their life. And what we saw, that without fail, every single one of them, their viewership actually dropped off every time that little commercial started playing. So that's a little bit about the program. Again, it's YouTube Agent Mastery. So he and I will do two group coaching sessions every single month. We talk different strategies, what's working right now, and we do an audit on all of the students throughout the course of the sessions.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaime. Appreciate that. So I have to Jaime post a link in the description if anybody's interested. Check that out. And like Donald said, Donald commented, he mentioned Jaime's content. Jaime has a lot of great content. I learned a lot from Jaime and I'm watching him grow. He always produces high value content. So check out his YouTube, check out that site. If you're like serious about YouTube, I highly recommend you check out that channel. I learned a lot from Jaime, and I know he's active. I thought I was doing something on YouTube, but this guy, I have yet to catch up with him. He's doing so many videos, it's unbelievable. So
I
yeah.
appreciate that. Appreciate
Let's
that.
see. So Tony slash Cindy, because there's two people that comes from that avatar here in EXP world. They're asking when the next class is. The next class is about a month from now. However, you can get access to Jaime through other resources. And Jaime, could you talk about that? Just how they can find out more about you. Again, you mentioned the website. You got YouTube. Is that it, or?
Yeah, no, it's YouTube. That's really where I play. That's really I play every. I was about to say every day, but I'm not a rapper. So YouTube is really that's all I ask. That's where everything starts. Most of the questions that you probably have are are answered there, but happy to connect. So YouTube, you'll see my contact information there. That's really where I drive people, even above my website. So I appreciate
Okay.
the
Yep. Thank you,
connection.
Jaime. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to open up your microphone. Sometimes I lose track of the chat, so I can't answer everything. I tried to address as much as I could. I'm going to kick it off with one question. Pearson says, "How much time are you putting into YouTube, and is it cutting into your real estate business?" So,
Oh, it's sure as heck cutting into my real estate business because that's not the focus right now. The amount of time that, so I'm doing a video per day. So I'll give you since I need to get a video out for tomorrow, here's exactly what I'm going to do. As soon as I'm through here, which is in about a couple of minutes, I'm going to turn on the camera and I'm going to record. It's probably going to take me about 30 minutes top to record because I've already prepped for it, meaning I already know the topic that I'm going to hit. So it's going to take me about 30 minutes. But for me to prep that, I prepped it last night as I was batching a few videos. Took me about 10 minutes to brainstorm the idea, optimize it, meaning going through my checklist of what I should actually title this video so it actually gets found and viewed and ranked. Scripting it, for me, I just do bullet points. I do not write out a script. So for all of that, it took me about 10 minutes to do. So we're in for about 40 minutes total right now. And I'm being generous on the 30 minutes to record. It's going to be a very simple video. What I would then do is I would edit that if I was doing editing myself. So editing a video for 30 minutes, the type of content is just talking head, so me speaking directly into the camera, that'd probably take me about 15 to 20 minutes. So it's about an hour in per video once you get optimized. But at this point, I don't do my own thumbnails. I farm that out. I farm out my editing. So for me to make a video, if you were going to tell me, Jaime, make a video for tomorrow or something bad's going to happen to you, I'd get it done in 25 minutes.
perfect. Here's a question I always like to bring up. And Jaime, do you have somewhere so when I like teach a class and I offer value, I people like if I do a slideshow, they'll ask for the slides. So what I like to get from people that are asking for the slides is like a review. Do you have somewhere where we can leave a review or some feedback on this presentation, and in exchange we can
Ooh,
give them the slides? What do you think about that?
ooh, Jerome, look at you. That's such a great idea, man.
Isn't it? Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We'll do this. If no, I don't have a review system, but I
Okay.
do. If you email me with a review of this class, and everybody knows my email because it's the same structure as yours. So it's jaime.resendez@exprealty.com. If you email me a review of the class, then I'll send it to you. That way I can use it on my website.
And you're going to do
Go
that
ahead,
from
dude.
now on, right?
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm gonna give you credit for it. I'm gonna make a video out of it, Jerome. Watch, and I'll credit you too. Watch.
Yeah, good idea. It's exchanging value for
It's a hell of
value,
an
and
idea.
us as agents, we have to. Part of the reason why I like to do that is because sometimes we give a lot of value, and in exchange we don't ask for or make an offer to our audience. So I like to implement that into our classes. Like, hey, get in that practice of giving value and then making an offer. And the offer is, hey, if you enjoyed this class, give us some feedback, and we'll give you this resource. So.
God, Jerome, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. Watch the next video. I already have the next videos mapped out, but your video, I'm gonna call it your video too, Jerome.
I'd
Next week.
appreciate that. I love it.
All right, so let me hit some rapid fire real quick. How do you plan your scripts? Depends on the topic. However I want to cover it. If I want to do a screen share, then I'll keep that in mind, meaning where I share the screen, or if I am going to cover bullet points, I just write the bullet points that I want to cover. Do you read or memorize it? I do neither. I will put them on a Trello board. So Trello, Monday.com, Asana, Basecamp, all of those project management tools work, whatever you feel is right for you, or just write it down. How long are your videos on average? My videos on average are about 8 minutes. What do you use to edit? I use, well, my editor uses the PC version, which is, oh my gosh, what's the PC version? Adobe Premiere. And then I use Final Cut Pro since I have a Mac. Who do you farm out to editing? His name is Jasper. Just email me and I'll connect you to.
Jaime, please
Uh,
type your email in really quickly so they can get
oh
those
yeah,
slides and yeah.
best way to farm out editing. What is the way to cost that out? Really, any video that you make that's a talking head video. When I say talking head, you're looking straight into the camera. I'm not talking about you going to a construction site and having a videographer follow you. That's a different type of video. When I say talking head, you looking straight into the camera and recording. Editors are going to charge you 30 to 60 bucks. That's where you can expect the cost to be. You said Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere, correct? Can you change your YouTube name without hurting SEO? I have had it for a long time. You can't. So with YouTube name, don't worry about the SEO. Don't worry about the SEO. And the reason I say that is because in the past you were able to rank based off of video name, and you were able to rank based off of playlists. That's no longer a thing. So don't overthink the channel name. If you want to brand your channel name to you because it's the brand you want to carry forever and for always, people are going to find a way to find you. People are going to find a way to connect with you. To rephrase, you need to email you with the summary of the class or a review. Great question. Even if it's
Give
bad, I'll be honest. Even
Yeah,
if it's
just
bad,
give some
you're gonna
honest feedback about the class. If you enjoyed it, tell us how much you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, tell us that you didn't enjoy it. Just give some honest feedback about this class and he'll send you over those slides.
yeah, I won't
Email
be
it.
salty. I just won't put it.
Natalie,
I just
just
won't put it on the website.
right, exactly. Just email it, Natalie.
Just email me. Yeah. So if you just email me, hey Jaime, great class, or hey Jaime, that sucked. But give me the slides anyway. So I don't know why you'd be emailing me if you thought it sucked.
Right. All
All right,
right,
my
we
friend.
are
Anything
coming up on
to
3 o'clock, and if Jaime, any final thoughts? Any final closing statements?
Hey, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done.
So you heard
That's
it
it.
from the man himself, and I've watched Jaime, grow. Just like he said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And you get out there, you make those videos, and then you just keep improving every time. But you got to start somewhere. So get out there, get started, make that content. YouTube is waiting for you to come out there and crush it, dominate the market. So many our agents are scared, don't want to tap into it. Let us not be those agents. Okay. So I appreciate everybody for coming here. If you want those slides, if you're interested in those slides, just email Jaime with some feedback on this class. If it was great, I know it was great, so he should be getting all great reviews, and he'll send those slides right over to you, so you can have it and go through it and start to create your YouTube content. All right. So thank you everybody. I appreciate you for coming. Special thank you to you again, Jaime. I love when you come here, and I'm looking forward to next month as well.
Yeah, thank you, Jerome.
Absolutely. We'll
Thank
talk
y'all.
soon.
Bye.
Bye bye. So that was our YouTube for real estate class. Uh, that was our social media mastermind class. We have that class every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. We do different subjects around social media. So the first week is Facebook. We do Facebook in general. We can do Facebook Live, Facebook marketing, Facebook business pages, just generally around Facebook. The second week we bring in, uh, I like to call her my big sis, Paula Aponte. She will come through and teach us how we can use Instagram for our business. I used to do
Hey,
Instagram,
Jerome, are
but
you
that's
still
not
here?
my thing. And third week we usually do a special guest, and then the fourth week what we're going to do is we did YouTube. So this is the fourth week, and if we have a fifth week, we'll do a Q&A, or we might bring a guest on that fifth week. So if you are interested, if you're not here as an EXP agent, you are welcome to get a guest pass to participate. If you are an EXP agent, just show up at 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's in the EXP World in the Productivity Center. We have that class every Thursday. Again, every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I appreciate you watching. If you are still here, I want you to do me a favor. I'm going to do an intermission. Please like and subscribe to this channel.
Jerome, can you hear me?
Levi, how can I help you?
Yeah, hey, man, I'm so sorry I was late to the party. I was on my cell phone through some of it. Is it possible you could copy the chat? When I checked in here, I can't see anything that went on.
Yeah, I'll email it. I'll send it to you on Workplace.
Oh, sweet. Thank you, bro.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
thank you so much, man.
Uh,
I boast about you guys. I'm on my second blog.
Nice. Appreciate that.
Cool.
So I'm going to send it to you. I'll send you just message me on Workplace so I don't have to dig through those messages. I'll send it to you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Levi, were you?
All right, y'all, I just wanted to pop on, show my face really quickly. I appreciate you for coming through, listening to our social media mastermind. Again, we have that class every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time in EXP World in the Productivity Center. Next week, we're going to be doing how to come up with all the content you need. So we've done a version of that on Google. We're going to do that using another tool. I'm not going to reveal the tool. You got to be in class to see the tool, or you got to be part of the stream, but we're going to do that tool next week, and I'm going to show you how to come up with a ton of content ideas. So I'm in the real estate industry, and I typically do real estate based content. But we look, all you got to do is, if you're in another industry or you're in some other, I don't know, you want to address some other topic, you can do the same concept applies. Just so happens to be that I'm in real estate. I work with real estate agents and real estate investors, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so next week, week 5, we're going to do how to come up with all the content you need for your uh, for your social media, and creating content. We I like video content. The name of that class, you'll see, we'll get it ready within the next week or so. It is called content frustration content creation frustration elimination. It's a little corny phrase, but it's relevant. So next week, week 5, we are doing content creation frustration elimination, and that will be a workshop format. So if you are interested, come see me, EXP World Productivity Center, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I appreciate you coming, and I'm going to ask you one last time. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps.